Hey you guys, Simply Desmond here and welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing Season 12, Episode 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race, Viva, Drag, Vegas. And of course I'm not alone. I'm being accompanied by the person I'm always accompanied by. You love her. Most of y'all hate her. It's LaCresha!
Hello!
I had to. I'm sorry.
You might be right. Who knows?
Oh, we get called annoying a lot. I delete those. You probably don't get a chance to see them because I delete them.
No. I get called annoying or
we get called annoying. It's we.
Then don't watch. What the fuck? What the hell? What is your problem?
Anyway, let's get back on the gig. RuPaul's Drag Race, Viva Drag Vegas. What did you think of the episode?
It was good.
I loved it.
I was sad.
Yeah. I was hoping for some funky editing at the end. This is the one time I would have been okay with funky editing. Talking to you All Stars 4
and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I would have been okay with that, but no. We aired it as it originally happened. Okay. So, yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. And see, good. I was kind of worried, and we'll get to it a little bit later, but I was worried about this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
But they pulled it through. So we start off, the queens are so sad that Miss Heidi something is gone home. And Jada's sitting there talking about, she's going to miss her and all the other stuff. And then,
lights go out.
Gone. No power. Can't see nobody.
I just flipped a switch challenge on TikTok. Yeah, and I was without the lights.
I was confused because at first I thought they did this
for production value.
Yeah, like, oh look, we're gonna do this. But when they were sitting there like, well, let's get some candles and take off this drag. I'm like, oh, did the power really go out, y'all?
They spent too much on the Elder Barge clips.
I'm done. I am beyond done with you. I am beyond done with everything in this life right now.
LaCresha came up with a joke.
Did you know?
Fuck you.
Hey, language, little lady.
Oh, screw you.
It's too late now. Anyway.
Beep.
So it's the next morning. The queens are all sitting there. And we finally get like a little room message that she already done had hers as is. I was so excited.
Yeah, because we haven't had one in...
I think like the second episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on, Ru? Can we have her? She already done had hers as is. We know you've already done had yours, but we need to have hers as is too. Like, I was so sad. But we got
already done had ours.
That was funny. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Ru comes in and explains to them that the mini challenge is they have to create a headdress. And whoever basically has the best headdress wins. So, who did you think, in your opinion, had the best headdress?
For me, it was a toss-up between, Jada's and Crystal's.
Thank you. I was so confused that Gigi won. Gigi's headdress was basic.
It really was. It was poorly manufactured. I understand they only have a certain amount of time because they got to get in drag, they got to put on a body, and then they got to do this stupid headdress. But you could still see the original cap under hers. And everybody else's, I loved the way that Jada's was constructed. Oh, yes. Because, you had the feathers going out, and then she had the little appliques on top of it. It looked like that's how it was made.
And I think Crystal's, because in my opinion, Crystal's was the best for all those reasons as well. Plus, it was bigger. You know me, the bigger the better.
And then, of course, that was Ru's criteria, was that it was supposed to be bigger and better. And for some weird reason, Gigi's won.
Yeah, I was confused. I was in confusion. Look over there. I was like, what? That's kind of like what Ru just did to us.
Yeah, look over there.
Oh, Gigi, you won. No, she didn't.
No. Why do I get this? I get this sneaking suspicion somebody's gonna get, or the initial purpose was to get somebody royally screwed over.
What do you mean? Explain.
Because I'm they're just. And I've said it before in private messages. I really think that Gigi is their pick.
Oh yeah, you can see that Gigi's the pick. And you can see
it, and it is blatantly obvious.
Kind of like Alaska and All Stars 2. It was clear who they wanted to win. because I'm sorry, we'll cover All Stars 2 eventually, but a lot of those lip syncs, Alaska did not win. I'm sorry, I've said it. There was one I truly feel like she won, and that was one against Fifi when she did the little toe point thing. Oh, hilarious! But all the other ones, baby, she lost them.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, we're not talking about All Stars right now.
No.
We're not gonna do it because that'll totally take away from this. But anyway, yeah, I think Crystal was my favorite, followed by Jackie and Jada. Gigi and Sherry's were just kind of, yeah, they were there. Sherry's, I enjoyed her lines that she came up with more than the headdress.
Yeah.
Like, her tights are constructed of eyeballs. She's like, these are not mine. I'm like, yeah.
Right? Because
I was like, yes.
I'm like, wait, but there's a crystal.
Yeah. I was like, yes, thank you for saying that because I was finna read you. You were finna get read. But then you made me laugh, so we have to move on.
Which sometimes she's good at. Apparently not always. She is... She looks a lot older than what she is.
Yeah.
We did not realize that. Because I swear to God, I thought this one was 37. 40.
I thought she just looked good for 40.
37, yeah.
But yeah, so Rue announces that Crystal's the winner. I'm sorry, not Crystal. Gigi's the winner. She won 2 tickets to RuPaul's
Las Vegas, to the Flamingo Hotel to see
RuPaul's Drag Race Live,
which
is currently on hiatus. So it's like, when are you going to use those tickets, honey? Because
she might have already used them.
Oh no, they don't get the prize until the episode airs.
Oh.
So like all the queens that been with that won like their 5,000, they just got it. They get it when the episode airs.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they have to wait a few weeks. Because I know some queens stated that they almost waited like a month before they got their $100,000 for winning the show. So you just gotta
be patient.
Yeah, you got it. It's coming, honey. It's yours.
Right.
It's gonna be in your hand.
Wait a year for it.
Wait a year, Jesus. Okay. Anyway, so RuPaul announces that we're gonna be doing something different in the finale episode, and we're gonna be doing RuPaul's Drag Race Live. Which at first I'm like, baby, this is just going to be a big promo for people to go see the live version in Vegas. I was so upset. I enjoyed the Ru mixes, the dance numbers, and all that. They shut me up. They shut me up, and we'll get to that. We will get to that. But they had to sing already prepared songs and then also write a verse to the song, well, Losing is the New Winning, which if you think about it, it really is. Because if you lose and you're really popular, there's a chance you can come back on All Stars and win.
Right.
And that means the audience get to see a second dosage of you.
Or either that, even if you do lose, you're still going to be extremely popular after the show airs.
And you might get a spot on Celebrity Drag Race, because I feel like we're going to do season 2 of that.
Or you're going to get, more notoriety and you get booked for more shows afterwards.
So it's all, and Shangela says it's not about losing, it's about what you do afterwards.
Yeah.
Because Shangela could have easily just gave up. But no, she kept fighting. Then Ru invited her back for season 3. And then she kept fighting and kept fighting. Ru invited her back for All Stars 3. Then she...
And she got far.
You're not done with All Stars 3 yet, are you?
No. I think like in the next episode, I think is when she...
Well, something's going to happen. And justice for Shangela, that's all you need to know.
Trust me, I
know. I'm still upset. Once again, we're not talking about All Stars right now, okay? Even though All Stars 5 is coming soon, honey, and I'm living.
Yes, in like 3 more weeks.
Yeah. So,
and you get to see our face for all of it.
Yes, and we'll be covering Canada's Drag Race as well, which starts July 2nd, I think.
Is it July?
Yeah, it starts in July. I think it's July 2nd.
I thought it was June. Because I know theirs starts in June. So
yeah, All Stars starts in June. Canada starts in July. Baby, what a wonder is keeping us fed during this time.
Okay.
And I'm appreciative of it. Really am. So, we get to the rehearsals. The queens are going through. They're recording their rap verses. And I gotta say, Crystal's just hilarious to me. She is naturally hilarious.
When we're picking our wannabe winners, we're going for pretty. Something's telling me Crystal might pull it out in the end as the weird one that gets it. Just because that's what they've been going for.
What stops me is last season we got a quote-unquote weird winner. So I imagine if Sherry Pie wouldn't have messed up, baby, this would have been Sherry's Pie season.
Yeah.
Because she was entertaining the whole way through. Now, she had a few weeks where she should have been in the bottom. But for majority of it, Sherry did great.
Right. I think if Gigi wasn't their initial pick, Sherry would have been, and then they had to re-edit everything.
Yeah, I think Sherry was the original pick. We were going to get a plus-size queen, and it was just going to... She messed that up.
She really did.
She really did, because
keep it in your pants.
And it threw me off, because there was 2 weeks in a row where her and Gigi should have been the bottom two, and they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it became obvious, we got an Alaska situation. We have a Raja situation. I'm sorry, if we watch season 3, they set that up for Raja to win. They really did. But I'm going to be quiet, because I love Raja. Like, she was my pick watching season 3. Because that was I don't want to say that was like my first season watching, but like I caught pieces of it. The first actual season I watched was season 4. And I had to go back and watch season 1 through 3.
Okay.
And then that's when I fell in love with BB. Don't be hitting on BB. So anyway, another thing that I enjoyed was during the dance portion was Jackie trying to learn those dances. And that's when I found out. Actually, I found out watching the What You Packin' with Michelle Visage that Jackie was the oldest queen there, and that's why they kept calling her dad. And I'm like, okay, I would not expect Jackie to be the oldest queen there. Also, I didn't expect Jackie to be the only New York queen in the top 5. Because, Sherry is a New York queen, but it's clear she's been disqualified. So it was just like, Jackie, out of all the New York queens, made it as far as she did. Honestly, I didn't see Jackie lasting long. I didn't.
But she surprised us and gave us some really good moments.
She really did.
When I was on Twitter last night, there was a lot of negativity coming from it.
From Jackie going home?
Yeah. A lot of people feeling like, the production just kind of used her production value and exploited her struggles and her story, and then once they
they do that to all the queens,
and that's what I'm saying, and I'm like, that's nothing the point new. Of the show.
They do that to every. I don't agree with it, but they do that every season with several other girls. So
yeah, so it was like that's just the.
It's reality TV. You have to remember, at the end of the day, it's reality TV. They have to make a show, and if there's nobody to root for, then what you gonna watch for?
Exactly.
They created her as this underdog that we wanted to root for so bad, and we were so happy to see her achieve, and so sad when she failed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have to.
And they do that with all of them, with the exception of them totally and completely obliterating Sherry Pie's story.
Yeah.
But that was done
intentionally.
Yes.
And like I'm not sure if I ever said this on the show, I recently found out that there is an alternate version that was released overseas that kept the original Sherry Pie edit. I want to see it. Because like I said, there was some episodes, I was telling you about, there was some episodes where Sherry was having issues with other queens, and they said it just made the episodes fit more. Like, I understand what they had to do. Like, I don't take that away from them, but I would like to see the unedited
Yeah, because I remember coming in one time for one of these and asking you if we could watch Untucked, because there were words exchanged between several of the queens that I thought had happened in Untucked that I guess weren't addressed at all. And yeah, we just never got that.
And trying to edit out Sherry has been an issue throughout the season. So I would just like to see the unedited version, because what Sherry did was terrible, but Sherry did good on the show. We can't ignore that. And there was people online who were like, no, we shouldn't be able to see the original Sherry. What she did was terrible, blah, blah. And yes, what she did was terrible.
What a lot of people do are terrible.
I'm not trying to justify what Sherry did. Sherry is a terrible person. But with editing her out, I feel like I'm missing something from the show.
Yeah, because it
at first I thought it was funny and shady. Oh, we didn't get no Sherry. But as we got less and less girls, I'm like, it's kind of weird. It's not even, I want to say boring. It's weird.
Less entertaining.
It's just weird at this point. I'm like, we're just going to act like she's not there.
Right, because we didn't get to see too much of her other outside of her performance, and the mini challenge and the runway we didn't really see.
Oh, and I found out why she was cut from the Frozen runway. Apparently Disney didn't want any association with Sherry Pie, so they had them cut Sherry Pie's runway from that episode. Oh. That's why that 1 week, I remember I was gagged. I was like, "Oh, come on, Shady!" And she had the best look of the week. She did. Shout out to that designer because, they did that.
With a bunch of moss and hot glue.
Oh, it was beautiful. But yeah, you know, other than that, there was nothing much that happened in the rehearsal. Gigi struggled a little bit.
Gigi always struggles.
But she always pulls it through. We don't know how Sherry did, but Sherry pulled it through at the end.
Yeah, outside of that outfit.
And one thing I wanted to talk about Crystal is the fact that every time she messed up, she kept saying, "I'm amazing, I'm fantastic."
Yes.
And I love that. I was sitting there like,
positive vibes.
Speak that positivity in your life. Yeah, I messed up, but guess what? I'm amazing. I'm fantastic. I got this.
I got this.
I'm that bitch. Shout out to episode 1. And it was just, yes, I that's something I do all the time. I speak positivity, and I try speaking positivity into some people, but they don't be listening. And, yeah, it was just beautiful to see that there's other people out there who...
I'm trying, damn it. I'm trying.
It's okay, honey.
Look, because trust me...
You've come a long way, though.
Because there was some things that I could have just got real upset about that happened yesterday, and I'm just kind of like, you know what? No, we're not going to get upset about it. It is what it is. It's not like I was the only one that got in trouble, and nobody really just got in trouble. We ain't going to find out if we got in trouble till Monday anyway.
Yeah, you've come a long way, because towards the beginning of our friendship, you would have came like, I had a terrible day. No, you did not. You had a terrible moment in your day.
Because, like, even...
Don't let that 1 or 2 hours interrupt the rest of the 22 that you've been blessed with.
Exactly. And then on top of that, like, it wasn't as big of a deal as it could have been. And even in the moment when the situation was happening, I was just kind of, like, outside of it, like... Okay, let me just keep it moving and do what the heck else I need to do.
So let's talk about the main challenge now.
Okay.
They performed 3 different songs. Mm-hmm. Like I said, most of it was pre-wrote for them. The only thing that they came up with themselves was their rap verse, because they sang in Losing Is New Winning. The rap verse is what they wrote. And can we do this every season now? Because I love it. Oh, I was so worried, because I'm like, no, I want my remix, I want my dance routine. I just didn't realize I just got 3 of them.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Nobody did bad.
No.
Not a single soul.
They didn't do bad. I did. Some of them were forgetful.
Not in my opinion. I remember what all of them did vividly, honey.
Well, maybe it just because there were certain people I was tuned out of because I don't want them to win.
But I enjoyed everybody. Crystal was so fantastic.
She did really good.
Her rap verse was funny.
Yes.
I lived, just like Michelle said, I lived for that moment when they lifted her up. I'm like, yes! Lift that bitch! Lift her!
And then not only did she get a lift, but she got a fallback too.
And that's not easy to do, honey.
No, because you got to whoop and then...
And that's a lot of trust you're giving into people you don't know.
Okay, because that's more than 6 feet to fall.
And I really enjoyed... I just want to talk about that.
Look, the pit crew is strong as fuck, because these are men lifting men.
That's not a pit crew, that's the actual dancers. The pit crew do sometimes be part of the routines, but when they have actual dancers, those are actually dancers. They
still strong.
Oh, yeah, they strong, because, yeah...
Lift me.
But before I continue, I just want to discuss that second song about the mirror. Oh my gosh,
that was kind of emotional.
That was real emotional. That almost had me in tears the second time. The first time I'm like, this is really cute, but we rewatched the episode before we
do these reviews,
and I was almost in tears watching that mirror song the second time around. I'm like, don't do it, Desmond. Hold it in. Don't do it. Just thinking about it now, I got emotional. But it was such a beautiful, and I can relate to the struggle of the song, so I think that's why it was so beautiful to me.
And poignant to you.
Yes, and like I think it was Michelle who pointed out that Sherry took a risk on not wearing a wig in that portion of
I thought it
the
was
song.
the dude.
Was it Jamal?
Yeah, I think
okay, it was
Jamal's
Jamal
the
who
one
said it. Okay,
you
like I
took
said,
the
I
risk
wasn't
not
sure.
wearing a wig.
And it worked for Sherry.
It really did. It fit her personality the most.
It really
to
did.
not have a wig on, and in those moments, I think it made the most sense to not.
And I love how when all 5 of them were standing there looking into the mirror and their reflection was looking back at them, baby, they looked like the next girl group that's going to come out next year.
Right.
I'm like, baby, when's the tour? I will be front row living my best life because they looked good.
Like the drag version of Danity Kane.
I was thinking the drag version of the Pussycat Dolls. I really was. And baby, they looked good. The auto-tune helped Crystal and Jada so much.
Oh God.
Because baby, now I knew Sherry could sing because before, after she was announced, I went and looked at a few videos, and one of them was her singing. I'm like, oh, so Sherry can sing. That's cool. And we learned throughout that Gigi and Jackie could. So it was nice. It really was. But speaking of Gigi, let's discuss Miss Good. I think she did great in this episode.
She did good. She did really good.
The looks were on point.
They were. Her
verse was entertaining.
It was.
And her movement.
She finally got down.
It was. She did this. I don't think she should have won, but I don't question the win here. Right. You know, some of the wins, I'm like, really?
My only critique on her with that was just the all red, and she could have did the all red hair. I just wish it was a different style of red hair.
No, it was perfect. It was everything. I
don't like those big waves. It looked like just.
I love me some Gigi. And it's been very clear that they want her to win.
Yes.
But she did her thing in this episode, and I cannot take that away from her. Here you go, ma'am. You did that. You did that. You won. Yes, ma'am. And then we got Jackie, who pulled it off.
Yes.
She pulled that off.
Other than the whole little wig mishap and that hat on top flopping.
My thing is, if you're going to do a part where you have to whip your hair, don't put nothing on your wig that can hold it down so the hair can really... go. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it was a structured wig because it's meant to be big, but it's not meant to do all that.
Well, honey, you better put you on a wig that's meant to move, honey.
That part.
Well, maybe she didn't have a wig that was meant to move.
Yeah, because I haven't seen her in anything with real movement.
Yeah, because, she's not really that performance queen. You know what I'm saying? So she probably didn't have anything.
Yeah, because everything she's had has been real structured. Like, even sitting here looking at the promo shot, it's a structured wig. It's a structured beehive. Everything on her has been structured.
Okay. And then we had Miss Jada Essence Hall. She did, what she did was that's who I thought was going to win. Because
she pulled it out in the end for being nervous and hesitating.
But if you notice, every time there is like a musical or a dancing challenge, Jada's the main one, like, this ain't gonna work. And then boom,
she pulls it out.
She pulls it out because she did it in the I'm That Bitch. Remember, she wasn't having it. She did it in the Madonna. She wasn't having it. And she did it again today.
I don't think she did the I'm That Bitch. She didn't do the I'm That Bitch.
No, she did the other one because her and Sherry had a moment.
Yeah, she did the Chicago.
Yeah, the Chicago inspired one. Yeah. She did it there?
Yes.
She did it in Madonna?
Yes.
She did it last night?
Yes.
And she killed it each time?
Yes. I feel like she's the most evolved outside of Crystal.
I was going to say Crystal's the most evolved in my opinion. But, and last, let's talk about Miss Sherry Pie.
We didn't get to see much of her.
So.
During the performance...
Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now, is the performance.
Well, yeah.
This was the most we saw of Sherry, and I was entertained.
Yeah. And she was like the last little rap verse. Because I thought she kind
of opened the show and ended the show.
Yeah.
And side note, I loved how they had to use their entrance looks in that first number. Because a lot of times the judges don't get to see their entrance looks. So I'm like, oh, that's a fun way to
see their entrance looks.
Because the only one who really sees it is Rue, maybe Michelle, because they say Michelle B.
In the back
sometimes. Yes. But it was nice so everyone could see their entrance look. And looking back, they all had really good entrance looks. I really enjoyed them. But yeah, that was a great performance. We should do RuPaul's Drag Race live every season from this on out. This should be the new finale. 3 songs. Hell, give me 4 songs. But because All Stars 5 was shot before season 13, I feel like All Stars 5 might have the old final, which is a remix. Or maybe All Stars 5 was intended to be the first one to introduce the Drag Race Live situation. Because, All Stars 2 was the first to introduce a remix.
Right.
So I am interested in seeing how this plays out. I'm excited for All Stars 5. There wasn't really a mirror moment. I kind of skipped over that, but I just want to put there wasn't really a mirror moment. They just kind of showed how far they've come in the competition.
Right.
And it was a real cute sisterhood moment.
Yeah, because they all just kind of sat there and critiqued ourselves and was like, oh, when you first got here, I thought you were this. And
that, and then you proved this and that. Mm-hmm.
No, you're not this, and I'm more of that. So
it's time to bring it to the runway.
Yes.
This week's category was Eleganza Extravaganza. Maybe you could have just said Best Drag Eleganza Extravaganza. I would have been fine, but just giving us that, I was like,
what was that going to be?
Usually the final category is Best Drag, and then they try to throw something cute at the end. But no, she was like, no, Eleganza Extravaganza, go girls.
Do this.
Do it. And can we talk about Miss Ru?
Classic Ru.
Classic Ru, but she gave us shoulder, honey. She don't give a shoulder too much. She's talking about to let the kids see the shoulders real quick.
I loved that dress though.
That dress was stunning.
The body in that dress was a little different silhouette. It wasn't quite so. It was more curvy, and I liked it.
The wig was on point. That overall, good job, RuPaul's makeup team, Raven. And everybody else. I don't know who else is involved with making RuPaul look so good. But I know Raven is, and congratulations. You still didn't deserve to win season 2. Anyway, so let's start off with Miss Crystal Method, honey. I liked her little genie in the bottle look.
It was interesting.
I didn't like the shoes.
You didn't like the shoes.
Girl, what was that? What was that? No, man.
Would you have been better had they been the little fez shoes with the little point
yes,
at the end?
I would have left if she would have done that, or maybe found turned them into like a heel with that. That would have been, if she would have did that, I wouldn't have said. I've been sitting there. But those shoes, Miss Crystal.
Because she did look like Genie from Aladdin.
She did.
Like Genie from Aladdin had an allergic reaction to something, and only one side of her blew up. Because she looked a little puffy to me. Like, I think it was more or less the material, not necessarily her or just the material that the outfit was made from made her look plump.
Yeah.
Like, bigger than what she actually is.
It could have been the outfit, yeah. I can see that.
Because I see the structure, because you can see the boning from the stuff, but it just...
Then we had Miss Gigi. I loved it.
It was cute and campy.
It was so cute. Oh my god, Gigi, you know how to win me back over, because I was done with you. But you know how to win me back over, honey. Yes, the brace face situation, yes. I wish she would have had like some fake braces on. That was the only thing. She didn't have any fake braces. Like, if she would have had that would have just took it to the top for me.
I thought she did for a split second, but because I'm like, how do you walk around with that in your mouth? And where did you get that from?
I'm thinking it may have been her mom's when she was younger, because nobody get headgear like that no more. You don't get headgear
like that.
Unless something serious happened to you.
That was like the 50s, 60s, and 70s with the headgear, man.
Next was Miss Jackie Cox. She was cute. It was real cute.
I loved it, but then again, I like a 1950s vibe.
No, the only thing that threw me off were the polka dots.
I love the polka dots.
Like, if it was just a solid red, I would have been like, Jackie! But the polka dots were throwing me off, and I normally like dots. I don't know what it was.
Well, because she was trying to give you, what did she say? She was trying to give you, not Jackson Pollock, who's the other artist?
Don't get me the line, honey.
I know, because I know you wouldn't know. Y'all know who it is in the comments below, because I'm having a brain fart right now.
That's okay. We'll just
the Campbell's guy.
It's okay. We'll just move on to the best look ever in RuPaul's Drag Race history. Jada Essence Hall.
To be
yes, ma'am. With all the ham and all the turkey, the greens, the mashed potatoes. Give it all to me. Yes, Jada. Yes, Jada.
Oh
RuPaul was looking in the mirror.
She really was.
It killed me when Jada went. I was like, yes, Jada. Yes. Oh my God, that was the best look I've ever seen on the show. It
really had.
Like if I was to make a top 10 of all looks, including All Stars, I feel like that would be number 1.
Yeah.
Followed by Manila's gray outfit. You haven't seen that one yet. Ooh. She wore this gray like silver dress, honey. Wait till you get to that. Woo! I'm sorry. Then we get to Miss Sherry Pie. Sherry motherfucking Pie.
All wrong.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
giving you Mae West realness.
Ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. Why are you such a terrible person? Okay, this was your season.
Because that's the only thing that really just jacked it up for me. It was
this was your season.
Why did you have to?
This was your season.
She could have just swept the whole gosh darn thing.
She would have won. I don't care. This was Sherry Pie's seat. They wanted Sherry to win. Now Sherry's Sherry's always been a terrible person, but it came to light that Sherry is a terrible person, and it hurt. She looks so good. Mm-hmm. And when she was saying like she wants to take drag to the future, but not forget about the past, and that was the inspiration for that look, and I'm like, that's who America's Next Drag Superstar should be, but you're a terrible person.
Yeah, why would you sit there and use whatever little bit of influence you have to do bad things?
And it was just, it's heartbreaking because Sherry did amazing in this episode.
She really did.
Honestly,
and I'm pretty sure.
I feel like it was Jada, Sherry, Gigi, my opinion. And it was just, but hey. Right is right. What you did was wrong, so you had them disqualified. Like I said, we're not gonna question that.
Right. The top 4 deserve to be there, except for, of course, Sherry, who needs. I
don't want to say Sherry doesn't deserve to be there. Because
as far as the season goes, she does deserve.
If we're just looking at what she did on the show, she deserves to be there. She deserves to win. But because of what she said in her personal life,
she just fucked herself.
She did, and nobody to blame but herself. You could have had $110,000, and you messed it up.
Oh, she did win 2 times.
She did win 2 times, and that money went.
The Trevor's Project got that.
They've gotten some coins.
They really have.
Yeah,
they got at least like 50,000.
They got 80,000 now.
Oh,
because of Celebrity Drag Race, Haley won, and she was for the Trevor Project. Project, Jesus.
Language.
So yes, honey, language. Mm-hmm. And it was just, Sherry's a terrible person. But unfortunately, our bottom 2 is Crystal and Jackie.
And we haven't seen Crystal
lip sync before, and
that was interesting.
It was. They did On the Floor by J-Lo featuring Pitbull. They kept the Pitbull rap verse in. When I first saw On the Floor down there, I'm like, oh, they're gonna cut Pitbull's rap verse. No, honey. Them bitches were up there rapping, and I was living. Right. Especially for Jackie. Jackie had the raps down.
Yes,
Crystal was better with the J-Lo parts. Jackie was better with the Pitbull parts. Yeah. And Jackie, baby, she could be. I could see Jackie being a rapper. I could see it. That real nerdy, look at me rapper, like, ooh.
In bright colors and suspenders.
Oh my God, yes. That would be so funny. We just gave that to you, Jackie. Just
try it just one time.
Don't forget about us, though. Just a few. No, like $1.
I'll take $1. Look, we can split 50 cents.
No, this is my idea.
Because wait a minute. No.
All 4 quarters.
No.
All 4 quarters are going in my pocket.
Give me one, because I at least came up with the clothing idea.
Mm-hmm. All 4 quarters are going in my pocket. Yeah. But anyway, Crystal won the lip sync. And it was just, 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 And, you know, they mentioned when the judges critiqued, because they all did so well, that they were going to look at the track records. As soon as they said that, I knew who the bottom two were. And to be honest with you, I think Jackie did better in that lip sync. But Crystal has done better overall throughout the season.
Right. And
kind of like with the All Stars 3 ending, the person that goes up against Trixie did way better than Trixie in that final lip sync. But because Trixie had a
better track record,
I would say a somewhat better track record, because Trixie didn't do so well on All Stars 3. But yeah, she still won. But yeah, so Miss Jackie said goodbye, and I really thought we were going to get some funky editing. I thought we were going to get a weird voiceover. Rue's going to come on due to recent, you know, I feel like she's
that one-on-one blue screen type situation where she's sitting there, now due to such and such and such and such.
Yeah, I thought she was basically just going to read, you know, the disclaimer we get at the beginning of every episode. Sherry Pie has been disqualified, which means our top 4 is da-da-da-da. Are you team do? But no, they kept it like it was, and Jackie went home, so we have a top 3. Yeah,
because they completely skipped the team.
Well, she's not in the competition anymore.
I know.
And you know me, in my opinion, Sherry was the first one to go home because she was disqualified at the beginning of the show. Now watching it, I'm more okay with saying yes, she is top 4. But yeah, she still was disqualified. And a lot of people were upset because they disqualified her, because now that puts her in the same category as Willem. And what Willem did and what Sherry did was
two different things.
Way different things. So a lot of people have been calling for Willem's disqualification to be annulled. So we'll see. Well, I doubt if they'll do that. But
there's a difference between breaking the rules of the show
and being a terrible person.
And
that's why they're like, oh, well, if you look at it, they're disqualified. And then you say, if you're not too familiar with Willem, and you see, oh, Sherry Pie did this. Oh my God, what did Willem do? You know what I'm saying?
And then you'll go and you'll backtrack and you'll find out, oh, okay, well, what Willem did was stupid, but it was still against the rules of the show.
Yeah.
Which therefore qualifies her for disqualification.
Yeah, so it's just, I feel the same way. I don't feel like they should take her disqualification from her. I just wish there was a different word they gave Sherry for what happened to her.
She has been, like eliminated or some something.
I don't know. But anyway, we're done. Like, that's all we got left is the reunion and the finale. So this is like the last, not the last episode, but the last episode that was shot last year. From everything else, we're getting stuff that's been recently shot.
Exactly.
And I enjoyed this season. I really did. So, are you Team Crystal, Team Jada, or Team Gigi?
I'm Jada all the way.
Now, I'm technically Team Crystal, but let's just be honest, I don't think she's going to win. So, Jada.
Because we need some color back up in here.
We got some color last season, then we got color in All Star. Oh, God, it's going to be Gigi. We got 2 doses of color.
Come on, man.
Don't get me wrong, I love Gigi. And Gigi was in my top 4, but after watching this season, Jada. Give Jada the crown,
I'm gonna need Jada to just get it and bring it all the way out. Mm-hmm. So are we gonna do
Celebrities Drag Race?
Yes.
Was there anything memorable from the episode from you?
Not really.
That's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. LaCresha, where can they find you?
Hi, I'm at Cresha McGill on all social media. And where can they find you?
I am simply Desmond on all social media platforms. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. And I am now on TikTok. And that is just Desmond Tanner. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Funny. And we will see you guys next week. Oh, you should see the one I posted this morning.